Good morning. Um, I saw this yesterday. Not that obviously Jordy just covered it this morning, but I saw, I think it was the RN who had slipped into her comments and has been doing some commentary on it. Um, she might have been the first place where I saw it, and there are two reasons I didn't cover it right away. One was it was so over the top bad that I just could barely deal with it, you know? And the other was I was on a limited time schedule because I had a date with my boyfriend yesterday. So he was nearly about to arrive while I was watching this video. And I had better things to do. Let's just be real. I had better things to do than watch Chantel try and kill herself with a pot pie.
Let's stay hydrated. All right, guys. I walked the entire park on both sides and fed some animals and got some good exercise and some fresh air. And my mood is set for the rest of the day. So I'm going to go home, eat something healthy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for coming along. Bye.
Okay. We are going to have time now to move on to the chicken pot pie video. So let's do that. Chicken pot pie time. Here we go. Skip past the intro. No one's buying your cameo.
Well, hello, guys. Hello. I'm super hungry, so I'm going to say
See?
bismillah and dig right in. Okay.
Well, it looks like you already did. You're going to say bismillah and dig right in? Where did this come from? This gigantic portion already missing.
Yep.
Didn't I tell you? I told you. Didn't I tell you? I told you. Look at this thing. This could serve 12.
Okay. Yes.
Well,
Oh my gosh.
on top of it, she tries to say that the missing portion went to Salah, but she's just eating directly out of the casserole, out of the pot pie, the casserole dish, right? So there is no way that that is going to be something that he can have seconds from. She can't share that with anybody now because that is now her meal.
Look at this crust here. As you can see, I'm eating hot pie. Look at the chicken. I need to open a restaurant. I make the best pot pie.
She looks like a villain from like a fairy tale. It's yeah, I'm getting updates on one of the other channels now that Jamal is actually has a positive weight loss journey going on, and that one's much more fun to watch. But I just subscribed yesterday.
Now, my pie crust?
No, I mean, I know that was just a joke and everything, but she made one pot pie and thinks she needs to open a restaurant. Close friends of mine own a restaurant. The amount of work that goes into owning and operating a restaurant, that would be... operating a restaurant for 1 week would be more work than Chantal has put in throughout the entirety of having YouTube be her sole income. No, you should not open a restaurant.
Is made with oil, not butter, not lard. And whole wheat flour. Super flaky. And I'm eating out of the dish because I just feel like it. Beauty bite. So there's chicken.
Because I just feel like it. because I have absolutely no table manners, because I don't know how to actually, portion things out and save food for later and make it available to the other members of your household, right? That's why, like, she has no intention of there being anything left at the end of this. And we're only going to see part of it, because if she actually planned on saving this for later, she would have portioned it out so that Salah could have some as well.
And thighs.
Yeah, I mean, why put it in a bowl and make a portion for yourself when you can just eat straight out of the pot? Yeah, super flaky indeed. This is a very bready kind of chicken pot pie. Almost looks like there's too much, if you ask me. My question is, what happened to the whole diabetes thing? Remember that from like a month ago when she was on here saying like, oh, my sugar's so high, I have to change. This is bad. I'm on death's doorstep. This is horrible. Here we are now with a gigantic pot pie that could serve over 10 people.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. Huh.
Well, and apparently there's already a video out of her eating Substop. So this is 3 days in a row of cheating.
Spoon, too. This spoon is gigantic. I mean, it's not like she's taking dainty little bites. I mean, that thing could be classified as a ladle to some. That's a very big utensil.
Not a ladle, a serving spoon, Jordy.
Corn, beans, like green beans, carrots. Oh. My homemade gravy. I'm not gonna eat this whole thing, don't worry.
Right. That's laughable.
And I made my own.
Maybe not in one sitting, but she will consume this entire pie. There's no doubt in my mind.
Pickled cabbage. So the trick is, guys, do not throw out your leftover pickle juice, okay? I added cabbage, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit more vinegar, and a bit of honey. It's been in there about 30 hours. Oh, and garlic. It's delicious. Wow.
Okay. All right, so
It's so good.
she just put more than half of that last piece of her pickled cabbage off to the side somewhere. So obviously she didn't like her recipe that well, because we know Chantel. She would be shoving everything in her mouth if she liked it. But if she's setting food aside like that, she doesn't like it. So I would not trust her recipe on that.
Good. So my gravy, essentially, milk, water, chicken.
If I don't remember to see it when she does it, I will make a note at some point during this video to show you guys the clip of when she tries to take it with her hand. Like she does. She goes for a fistful to just grab with her hand, like eat it like that. But then she stops herself and uses the spoon instead. I hope I catch it. I really do.
In stock, the chicken drippings from the legs, salt, pepper, onion powder, 7 spice, a bit of Parmesan, Worcestershire sauce, and there's so much chicken and black pepper. Not that salty. Mm. There was already a huge chunk missing. That was my husband's portion.
There it was. There it was. Okay, here, I'll move my face. Okay, look at this. She goes to grab a portion of the chicken pot pie with her fist, but then realizes, oh gosh, that looks ridiculous, and then stops herself. Here, I'll turn off the speed filter so that we can all watch it. Oh, well, it's not really that sped up. Whatever. Okay, here, watch this. Goes to grab a handful of the chicken pot pie to eat with her fist.
Portion.
Wow.
I mean, that just tells me if she's eating meals and isn't filming herself, that's how she eats. That would not be out of the realm of possibility for Chantal to take her fist and grab a whole handful of chicken pot pie with her bare hand and then eat it like that.
Oh my God.
I mean, it is. It's like the kid with the chocolate cake from Matilda. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous.
Now, when I was, I'm always used to eating those like Swanson TV dinners. You know the ones I'm talking about, the frozen ones that are like cardboard. They're pretty good though. My new favorite thing is pickled cabbage.
I mean, I know I've said it already, but that spoon is massive.
Yeah.
Seriously. That spoon. A ladle. A ladle.
Serving spoon.
The whole wheat flour doesn't taste much different than the other one. The regular white flour. And it has a lot more fiber and nutritional benefit.
That's how she's justifying eating this large serving. Well, because it's whole wheat flour and there's a fiber supplement and I used healthy gravy and then well, now I can eat 12 portions of it. Because it's whole wheat flour, we can eat it with our fist like that.
Yeah.
But this gravy is so creamy. Oh. It also has a bit of flour and butter for the roux. Okay. That's about it. Man, this is big. God.
Oh, spoon and fork.
Hi. My cat's just staring at me like.
Yeah, we don't need that fork anymore. We can just stick our fingers right in there because I'm sure Salah's not going to be eating out of that either, right?
Where do you eat it? Whoops. I'm going to put it here. So I used to eat the Swanson's dinners. The Swanson pot pies. They're like $1. They used to be like $1. Now with inflation, they're like $2.50 or something. I'm not paying that. I'll just make my own pot pie. The crust turned out so good.
Well, honestly, I mean, if we're talking about those little microwavable pot pies like that, the portion of that, quite literally, I mean, if Chantal is at the point where if off camera, she is eating this with her fist and just kind of grabbing it like that, what would a Swanson pot pie be for her? That's not even one full handful. I mean, that wouldn't do anything for her. So the portion size of those little microwavable things, I mean, those would be like bite size at that point. Wouldn't even be worth microwaving. You might as well microwave like 10 at once.
I'll like never use another crust recipe.
I'm dropping food.
Never.
I'm sure there's, a lot of you who have had pot pies before. This is an enormous pot pie, right? It's a family size pot pie that you would serve, for your entire family, right? It would have had to have been sitting for a very long time to not be scalding hot. Because even the little ones, they come out and they are burn your tongue hot. I prefer Marie Callender's pot pies, but that's just me.
I did so much walking today.
Oh, more justification. Okay, so because she walked around the park a little bit, we can eat a pie meant for 12.
I guess so.
And because it has whole wheat crust, we can also eat 12 portions.
My stamina is insane. I love it.
The stamina's insane. Did you hear that? When she did the 6 standing up push-ups and then walked past all the machines and decided only to do the one where you turn the wheel, the stamina is insane.
Yes.
Ma'am, there is something insane in this room, and it's not your stamina.
The more you do, the more you can. It's 100% true.
Wow. Chantel is absolutely delusional. And she's obviously given up entirely on her diet efforts. I mean, I don't know that she ever really began her diet efforts, but they've seriously declined into something much more severe where there's no way that even walking in the park can counterbalance what she's eating.
I think I'll have to freeze some. Or just eat it like...
For real, who is she fooling?
Right.
I mean, Chantal, in this one video alone, you have almost cleared out half of this chicken pot pie. You're gonna have to freeze some. If you don't finish this in one sitting, this will be a snack in 2 hours from now. I'll have to freeze some. Good God.
over the next few days. There's no bottom crust. It's just top and the vegetables and chicken on the bottom.
Please close your mouth when you chew, because nobody wants to hear that.
That's it. It's so good. I wanted to film it, but we got home later than I thought. It was pretty much already dinner time by the time we got home, and I still had to make everything from scratch. But first, I had to clean the kitchen. Clean the dishes from the last time I cooked my previous meal. And
I had to clean the dishes from the last time I cooked, and then I had to make more food on top of that, and I was exhausted from walking all day. Ugh. I mean, Chantal, what do you mean your eye roll? Like, what was that eye roll for? Really. You're eye rolling. You don't work. You don't do anything. Other than walk at parks all day. I mean, why did you leave dirty dishes or dirty utensils or whatever in the sink from last time? Rolling her eyes. I had to clean a bunch of stuff and then use those same pots. Mm-hmm. Again, I could maybe understand the eye roll if you had a lot more going on or there were kids in the mix. But that's the only thing you did today. You're talking about getting a maid. You can't even clean the one-bedroom apartment. You need a maid. So the one thing that you had to do today, other than walk around at the park allegedly, is clean a dish. And even that got an eye roll.
I just did everything super fast. If I had filmed it, I would have had to get dressed.
Oh yeah, no, God forbid we get dressed too. Mm-hmm. Getting dressed and cleaning a pot? Who do you think she is, Wonder Woman?
I would have had to stay dressed. I could eat the whole jar, but I'm not going to. Self-restraint.
Right.
Not something I'm very familiar with, but I gotta learn. Right, BB Gian? Alright, let's see this crispy crust here. Huge chunks of chicken, yeah.
And she used thigh meat, which, I guess if you chop it up properly, but it doesn't sound like she did. You have to cook this stuff first and then chop it up and put it in your pie because it's not going to cook thoroughly in the pie. But traditionally, you're supposed to use cubed breast meat. This is a disaster meal that she's going to power down on you guys.
I'm sorry, but this is batshit insane. Her coming on here and declaring that she's going to lose a whole lot of weight and she's going to start exercising now, and then posts a big Taco Bell meal of 10 different dollops of sour cream on it, and then sits down to... I don't know. What is a quantity of measurement that I could be saying that isn't family sized? Like a catering sized, like a catering sized order of chicken pot pie for just her.
Yep.
That she's almost eaten half of, but she's gonna have to freeze.
Right.
So flaky. Fortunately, well, you're probably thinking, no, it's not a good thing. I'm a fat girl who can cook when I want to.
I don't know. I've seen a few of your cooking attempts so far, and I would not want to sit at your table. Seriously, I enjoy my own cooking much more than what I'm seeing on screen here. The shit that you put together, the concoctions you put together look pretty fucking gross, I'll be real.
Ow.
She's almost got half.
Time to get up, sweetie.
She's almost finished half of it at this point.
Hot. So yeah, so much chicken. I put a lot of gravy, a lot of chicken. None of that skimping over here. No, no, no.
Yeah, we don't skimp out on ingredients in foodie beauty world.
Yeah, what it looks light on are the actual vegetables.
I mean, do y'all think she's going to take down this whole thing? I mean, there are only 5 minutes left. I mean, there is no doubt in my mind that Chantal ate this entire thing in one day. But just for the purpose of this video, I mean, she's definitely approached halfway, if not maybe a little bit more than halfway. Let me move my. I mean, that's about halfway. I'm going to have to freeze some. I can't get over that.
Mm-hmm. What's wild to me is that for the single serving Marie Callender's pot pies, I can barely finish the insides of one without even putting the crust, taking the crust into consideration, because it's too much food for me. So watching this, her stomach must have been stretched out so severely, you guys. How do you even fit that quantity of food in your belly unless you've done some serious damage to your stomach?
Okay, one more bite. This huge piece of chicken. A little bit of the side crust. Oh, it's hot. Ow, it's like a whole thigh. It's so good. It's like half gone, I know. Well, a big chunk of it was gone because of Salah, like I said.
Right.
But
Bullshit. Chantal. No, that portion in the beginning that was already gone, that was because you couldn't help yourself to start the camera. You had to get a few bites in. And then she said, oh, well, you know what? That was just from what he took. So he took a portion into his room and he went and ate it by himself. And then no. I think what happened is you sat down with this chicken pot pie. You couldn't help yourself to start the recording, and you started eating a little bit. And then after you got satiated, as you say it, then you started the recording, and then made it seem like, oh, well, this portion's no.
okay. I have.
Isn't it wild too how hunched over she looks? And I don't know if that's that she really is hunched over for this, or if it's because of the shape of her body at this point, because she's forming a hump on her back, her upper back, and she's very heavy on the front side of her body as well. So it looks like a villain from a fairy tale. That's what it looks like to me.
A tuna fish sandwich, my first thing. Then where we went, I shared a tiny size mango gelato with my husband. I had a few bites, and then that's it. This is the next meal I had.
Gelato, huh?
Okay, this is the last bite. I'm still hungry.
How can you still be hungry?
I know people think I'm trolling, or I'm not serious.
Oh, why would people think that? Seriously, Chantal, why would people think that you're trolling or not serious about this diet after 2 days in a row now you posted a Taco Bell mukbang and then eating an entire 12-person chicken pot pie? I can't imagine why people may think you're trolling.
Mm-hmm.
But let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I am very serious. I literally walked for probably a good 3 to 4 hours today, and I barely sat down.
I'm sorry, but that doesn't matter, especially at her age. That doesn't matter. I mean, there's teenage boys that can get away with that, eating garbage cans and then still staying in great shape and everything. But Chantal, you are not of that demographic at all. At over 400 pounds like this, walking around for a few hours at the local park, allegedly walking around and then coming home and eating this amount of food, that doesn't mean shit. I mean, what's that old saying? Like, you can't outrun a bad diet. I mean, we're not even running. So, I mean, we really can't outwalk a bad diet if we can't outrun it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, seriously, Chantel, you know, I, before I got bit by a dog and had nerve damage in my leg, I had a job in which I walked 8 hours a day, 6 days a week. And there's not a single moment during that time. Like, I did increase my food intake because I needed more calories to be able to do that. But there's no way I would sit down and just eat something like that. That's crazy. It is. It's literally, you've got mental issues. Allegedly, I'm not a health professional, but obviously, come on.
But, like, do you catch on to the justifications throughout this? It's whole wheat crust. It has a lot of fiber in it. I walked for 2 hours today. That allows you, that gives her the Willy Wonka golden ticket to eat this gigantic pot pie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, the mental gymnastics floor routine, it won gold.
I just like I don't know if it's from walking so much or just not eating a lot of junk food. My stamina to walk is like I don't even feel any pain. It's crazy. Oh, that was good. Okay, now I'm starting to feel it. Feel full. But you guys were right when I asked you about like the if chicken thighs would be good in this. And those of you who said it's better, it's so good with the chicken thighs. And the crust is so brown because of the whole wheat, but the whole wheat flour, it adds like an extra bite to it. It adds like another layer of flavor to the crust. I put some egg wash on it. Yeah, it's very flaky. I love it. Perfect. I'm so happy it turned out well. So, I'm going to go put this, divide it up into containers, and if I can find the lids.
Yeah.
The woman who couldn't bring herself to clean a couple pots and pans from the last time that she cooked is now going to go up and divvy this into individual portions to put in Tupperware? No. If she actually does put this thing back in the refrigerator and doesn't just turn off the camera and finish it, it would go in the refrigerator as is. I don't think that any sort of wrap or aluminum foil would go over the top of it. She would probably just walk over to the refrigerator and shove it in there. If she didn't just leave it on the counter where it is now, then come back to it in a couple hours. But what I think happened is I think that she turned the camera off and then polished this off.
And put it away for tomorrow's lunch or whatever, dinner. I don't know. Anyway, I was very hungry. Actually, now I need to slow down because it catches up with you. I'm going to sleep so good tonight. I'm going to have a hot shower and then just get into like comfy PJs and relax. And I'm going to finish watching Cape Fear. I started watching Cape Fear. That is such a messed up movie. Like, I couldn't get over how good of an actress Juliette Lewis is. I was like, wow, she's a really good actress. She's always been a good actress. Anyway, all right, guys. Well, thanks for having dinner with me and seeing my pot pie. I'm very proud of it because pot pie is something I always dreamed of making. You know, I always crave it. It's one of those foods I crave regularly. And
there's no way that she put this online thinking that people would praise her for her cooking ability. So she's a very self-loathing individual who clearly is a glutton for punishment. She knows that people are going to look at that and have all kinds of issues with it. And her recipe sounds terrible. It doesn't look like she has any vegetables in there. She might be proud of eating it in front of a crowd. But there's no way she can be proud of that cooking.
now that I can make it.
She's always dreamed of making a chicken pot pie. I mean, there isn't much to it. I think the first time I ever made a chicken pot pie was when I was like 14. I don't know if this is something that people aspire to make in their culinary conquest of life. It's always something I've dreamed of making. Oh my. This was a wild one, y'all. I mean, there really wasn't much going on or much said in this video, but just, I'm in awe of this thing. I mean, of her behavior lately and I mean, it's almost as if when Chantal declares that she is going on a diet or she would like to exercise more or start making an effort, things get worse than if she just didn't do any of this at all. If she just kept on with her normal behavior, things would still be bad. Don't get me wrong, things would still be bad, but it's almost as if we screw up even more when we are trying to do better. I don't know how that happens, but it does.
I'd say it's fairly easy. Once you get the hang of it, I'm happy I can make it now. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Once you get the hang of it, I mean, I don't.
Let me see if I can also pull up the sandwich video. First of all, let me capture Lordy's, Jordy, it's Jordy. Let me capture his link, and then I'm going to see if I can get Unicorn Pondu. He covered the sandwich thing this morning. I always love playing his intro because it makes me dance in my chair.
Hello everybody, how are we? My name is Unicorn Pandu. Welcome back to another video. And of course, Chantal went live. This one's called Eat Lunch With Me. And if you guys were wondering about what she had, it's this one. You guys can't see my cursor, but this one. But with that being said, though, let's see what Chantal has to say today, shall we? I also skipped forward a bit to get some of the pleasantries out of the way.
This is a small packet of crisps. I can't eat a sandwich with no crisps. It's hard. Spicy Italian or tuna. This is like a...
So day 3 of cheating. Well, technically it's day 4 because she also had that giganormous tuna sandwich. Or, yeah, it was a tuna sandwich on 4 days back, I believe it was. And it was just outrageously portioned, right?
Spicy Italian. No, it's more like a cold cut trio. Cheese and onion. My ring is in the kitchen because I was doing dishes.
And we have diabetes also. Chantal, you might want to keep that into consideration whenever you eat something. I would hope at least.
The pot pie was so good. I have so much left over, but I'm like, I want a sub. Like, I was really craving it. The Subway smell when you walk in, I know you can smell it. If there's a Subway near another store, you can smell it.
I can agree with that, and it's like one of the most amazing smells in the world. I don't know why they all smell and look almost identical to one another, but they do, and I'm not complaining.
I have never noticed this before at all. Never noticed this about Subway whatsoever. But I do have a friend that I was hosting from Australia who on Halloween night wanted to take pictures of himself in front of a Subway. I don't know why.
Think about it.
The fake flowers look vibrant. Thank you. They had a pop of je ne sais quoi.
I'm just now realizing I don't know what je ne sais quoi is, even though it was in Beauty and the Beast. Okay, so apparently means I don't know what in French. I don't know what I was expecting, but I guess that's something new if you guys didn't know either.
So this is called Meat Feast with lettuce, tomato, roca leaves, red onion, pickles, black olives, oil and vinegar, mayo. Foot-long cookies. Excuse me? Hi, Jen Marie. Yeah, nice.
No, that's something I can get behind. Sounds really good.
I did go on my road trip. My vlog will be out in a few.
Currently, as I was recording this, it's currently 6:21 a.m. So,
Really?
and no, I did not sleep yet. And no, I will not be taking any questions as to why.
First meal of the day. It is.
And you say that right as you like blink around and look around the room. Sure, we believe you.
Maybe later if I'm hungry. I'll have the leftover pot pie with some salad. I don't know. I thought.
Yeah, that's funny. You didn't start blinking until you mentioned the pot pie. I think we all know where this is going.
Thanks, Jojo. It is hard. It's hard to eat clean all of the time, especially at first. I don't think it's like.
That pot pie is gone. Let's be real. The pot pie is gone. That's. But yeah, she's letting a lot of stuff rot in her fridge right now based on all the food that she bought last week for that video that got demonetized. Yeah, she's got a lot of food rotting, and it's simply because she's like, look how ambitious I am. I'm going to be doing all these cooking projects. And then totally was like, I'm lazy. I'm too tired to cook.
I do try. Like, people see me eating something and they think I'm just, like, giving up. But no, like, I'm really trying to, you know, not eat, like...
Part of the trying part, though, also is, like, not saying yes to everything that you either do or eat or whatever the case might be. Sometimes you gotta say no, no matter how hard it is.
Okay, my Subway order, for example, used to be, like, especially on, like, a bad day, like, where I would just eat whatever. I would order, like, a foot long, 2 bags of chips, hash browns, plus a pepperoni cheese toasty. I've not seen eggy.
I don't know. My usual go-to, like, actually, like, sandwich-wise would be a flatbread grilled chicken, toasted, of course, with pepper jack cheese and spinach, black olives, mayo, oil, banana peppers, tomato, and I think that is about it. And I've had that for, a few decades now, and it's still my go-to today.
No, comrade. My skin is always like this underneath foundation. It's not affiliated with Subway. And it's not Pepsi product, it's Kinza from Saudi Arabia.
I was gonna skip, but like, ma'am, you're on YouTube at this point. Like, what's the point of even doing this anymore? I mean, like, I guess good for you for trying, but like, you're also on like a Google platform. Yeah.
I still have the candy bar. It's over there. I haven't eaten.
This is what you want to be known for, though. An unemployed woman who found your husband on Tinder and he wants his papers, and you just want to make it look like you have a loving relationship. And basically, you want to be known as this person who sits down and eats a ton of food in front of people. Like, that's your claim to fame, is I'm gonna sit down and have people watch me eat with my mouth open while I'm right. And I mean, what do you think? Why do you think there's some sort of fascination with watching you pig out? Because that is what you're doing, and that's what you're going to be known for, is being just this enormous person who's unwilling to deal with your health. You talked about do it for yourself, right? Do it for yourself. There is the also considering your family, considering your husband, if you actually do have any feelings for him, that part of your responsibility as a life partner to everybody in your life is to actually take care of your health, right? This is why I go to many, many, many doctor's appointments, because I don't want to take myself out of the scenario where I can no longer be there for my family, take care of them, and so on and so forth. And it just seems like you really don't care about anyone around you, and you don't care about yourself. You haven't figured out how to love yourself, which is why you're willing to make videos that you think are going to get some shock value and potential clicks and views for that reason. I mean, other than the AdSense, which it sounds like you're not getting all of the time, It's only part of the time, right? Because sometimes you cross the line. And I would say the pot pie video crossed the line, but I don't know if it's still monetized or not.
Many of them. I'm not kidding. Hi, puppy.
I mean, whether you're lying or not lying, whatever the case might be, the only thing that really matters at the end of the day is what happens behind the scenes. So,
the boycott is in support of Palestine. I'm a Muslim revert. We're our own special breed. Maniac.
you don't think there's many people like you, Chantal? I mean, there might be revert, sure, but like when it comes to people like Chantal, it's 1 in a million, and not in, the Hannah Montana special way either.
Happy birthday.
The Hannah Montana special way either.
Sorry if I'm annoying people with my eating chips, but...
Yeah, this is why we have the magic ability to do things after she's done going live. I love that for us the most. No, so sorry, my finger slipped. And no, very convenient timing of me doing that, but I guess we'll have to continue on.
What happened in the groceries? Well, I ate some of them.
Yeah, that's a really good point, to be honest with you. Like, you bought, that much groceries, and yet you're still eating Taco Bell and Sub-Stop.
Yep.
What about all those groceries that you quite literally, not even a week ago, just bought, ma'am?
Do I have pot pie left? Yes, I do. Although I will admit, when I turned the camera off, I snuck a few more bites. I'm not going to lie. But I do have quite a bit left, so later I'll...
How much, though?
Right.
That's, how much more of that's left? Because, Chantal, we're not stupid. I'm really sorry to tell you this, but, the majority of the people that watch you aren't stupid. We know you by now, girlie. We saw everything from you. I'm being literally and physically here. We've seen all of you. We know you. We know your pattern of behaviors. It's not super, impossible for you to eat that much. I hate, even saying that, but, at the same time, look who we're talking about here.
T and Ash. I get it now. Oh, no, I don't want to go to hell, so I shouldn't laugh at that. Italian stuff. Me too, I crave it.
But you did anyway.
I want to do the 23andMe. I think I have some Italian in my blood. No, I don't. I think... What did I say I was? Okay, my mom's dad is French. My dad is, pure French. And the family tree on...
So because she has eaten Italian and she likes it, right?
My dad's side had, relatives named Napoleon and stuff. So that's, pure French. So I'm French. And then my grandma, my mom's mom... Irish, really Irish. So I'm French-Irish, but I love Italian food so much.
You like Italian food, so you think that you're part Italian? I think that she's joking. For me to be able to sleep tonight, I'm going to just say that she's joking, and we can continue on.
How the thigh meat Maggie was so good, but except I took the thigh, I made a mistake, I didn't break it up enough, so I just took the whole top of the thigh and put it in, so I'm taking bites of the pot pie and there's a whole piece of thigh there, but it was delicious.
Okay, what were you expecting to happen? Were you expecting just to throw it in and it magically be diced and everything's perfect, or were you
Yeah, seriously, you couldn't take that meat, cook it up, let it cool for a little bit so it doesn't burn your fingers, and then chop it up. By the way, you have to use a plastic chopping board if you're doing meat, because wood absorbs and it'll start growing bacteria if you try and chop meat on it.
Expecting to have that same exact size of chicken in the pot pie because that's what you put into it? She was just lazy and didn't want to cut up the chicken. Just say that, girl. Come on.
98% German? No way. 98%? Ashkenazi Jew. That was a big surprise. Oh, really?
Also, Chantal, do you not know that there's people that haven't left where they live, so they're probably a pretty higher percentage.
Should have shredded it more. Yeah. I just baked them, and then there was a whole bunch of drippings on the bottom because thighs have more fat, right?
Okay, I don't need to be rehearing about the pot pie again. No, thank you.
So I don't think I would have like hardly anybody in the chat if it was members only, because nobody likes me. So it's 119.
Oh my gosh, wow, I can't imagine why nobody likes you. It's just a mystery. Do you guys know why? I don't know.
I actually weighed myself like this morning, and I went up a very little bit. It was like 160 point something.
So, girlie, what have you been doing behind the scenes then? If you like dropped 10 pounds that quickly and you already gained 1 pound of it, or 1.6, whatever she said, girlie, what have you been doing behind the scenes then? If that's the case, because it's Chantal.
I said at 159, whatever.
It doesn't even matter what she's been doing behind the scenes. Well, it does. I mean, obviously, but we're seeing what she's doing in front of the scenes, and that's enough to totally derail any. There's no way that she can walk off what she just ate in these last few days.
We love you. Thanks, Rachel. It's gonna fluctuate, you know. I don't know. This doesn't irritate my lungs. Is it real tobacco? The only thing that really irritates my lungs is cigarettes. Instantly, if I smell it secondhand, it's like if I even inhale it secondhand, like no. My favorite vegetable is pickles, but like real vegetables that are not pickled, I would say broccoli maybe. I gotta think of more perks and like more badges and stuff. I just haven't I don't know. It's hard for me to focus. My mind is scattered, you know.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, but like, what does she have to do that's so invigorating in her life that, oh my, I'm so sorry guys that I completely forgot to do whatever the thing is that she wants to do, like create things and do, like, ma'am, what are you doing? It's taking up so much of your time. I mean, editing, I mean, maybe, sure, but like even then, like we don't really leave the house that much for her to, I don't know, justify that, because she primarily does not edit a lot of her videos, so I don't know why she can't just spend like 20, 30 minutes to an hour or something trying to think of new things and stuff, but you know, but I have no idea.
I don't do it like often. Seriously, like this is the first time I've done it in like a long time.
So let me ask you this. Why would smoking an actual cigarette be harder on your lungs than vaping tobacco or smoking a joint? Because you do both of those things. So I'm not getting it.
In like a long time.
And now notice how she didn't start blinking and looking all over the place whenever she decided she wanted to tell you that. That I believe. That other story about the pot pie, yeah, I don't believe that one bit.
I used to like do that, Krista, because I liked the paychecks, honestly. When I was working, you know, I loved, like when I was working at StarTech, when I worked at the hospital, I was like salaried. So was I salaried? I think so. It was like a set amount. So I didn't like, salary, I don't like it. Because I always ended up working more hours. You own a dispensary? Nice. So I'll never be. Yeah, I know. That was my problem in Canada too. Like it was so easily accessible, you know? Really.
So why is that like the weed shop's fault for existing instead of like your fault for wanting it so badly? Don't blame the dispo, girlie. That seems like a very personal problem, honestly.
Tess, I used to live in Kuwait. It's beautiful and peaceful there. One of my favorite places I ever lived. It is very peaceful here. That's what I like about it. It's not the same kind of stresses. Like, the only stress I feel here is like my own personal stresses. Do you know what I'm saying? I get that. Yeah. So, yeah, it is. There's a lot to do. Like, that's why, like, I didn't finish my sentence earlier. Every day I'm like, okay, I'm going to stay home and like just relax like for one day. But no, I end up going out.
Yeah, because, oh my god, her life before then, but back in the Western world before she went to Kuwait for the first time, was so strenuous and stressful, and there was so much going on from her doing nothing and getting involved in drama voluntarily and talking about people voluntarily and going back to people that she said that she was never going to talk to again voluntarily, in her rigorous job of staying home all day primarily and only going out whenever she wanted to on her own term.
Right.
Yeah, it was just completely awful, guys. So much stress back in the Western world, I know.
I'm walking for a few hours. So I'm going to start up my Fitbit. Do you want to go out today? I don't know. I have a lot around here I could do, for sure, that I've been procrastinating. Just like little projects. I want to do some sewing projects with my hijabs. I still haven't fully transferred all our wardrobe over to our new wardrobe. Never ends.
I mean, to be fair, you could just go ahead and do that now, so that way it can be done instead of going on live stream. But, you know, I don't know.
When is your maid coming? No, I don't have a maid. I'm still on the fence. Hi, Fernanda. I feel like
Girl, why? You can, like, go walking for hours on end, and you can kick a soccer ball multiple times and everything else, but, like, why? I mean, I'm not saying that you can't, but, like, why? You can do it yourself, girlie. Like, the only thing that you really have going for you at this time is cleaning. Like, cleaning is the only way that you're getting up. I hate to be that morbid, like, at the same time, it's the truth. The only way that she's really getting up and exercising and doing whatever else is because she's getting up and she's going and cleaning.
Right.
Now, I wouldn't do it personally, but again, that's her choice to make, or I guess theirs.
I can keep up with it now that, like, I'm feeling better and my stamina is improving. What will you do when it gets boiling hot again? I think we'll probably travel, to be honest. That's one of the reasons we...
What is the point of... I mean, like, if you can't even clean your house... You know, over the course of 2 days, I cleaned my condo this week. And yesterday morning was the second half where I went through and finished it all up. And then I had an outing with my boyfriend. We went to a lovely Italian restaurant, and then we came back and played. And, you know, I have nerve damage in my left leg, Chantel. And somehow I can get out there and do some light activities and also keep my weight down to a healthy weight without, I mean, I just don't understand how this is so difficult for you, because really you can see what's wrong with what you're doing. You're obviously eating too much and too frequently, but the portion sizes are insane.
Stayed so long in Thailand last time, it was like, I don't know. Honestly,
Was it though? Was it really though? Honestly. Okay, so if she says anything else other than the fact that it was so much cooler over there in Thailand, yeah, that's totally why we stayed there. Even though we were miserable and stuff, and like we definitely wanted to go home, we definitely like wanted to go home. We hated every single second of it after the fact that we were done with it. Probably, like, I don't know, after like the 2.5 week mark, but like, yeah, totally, yeah. That's the only reason why we stayed in Thailand so long.
the hotel life was nice. Sometimes I just crave hotel life. Like, every day they would clean your room, and it's just so nice to like come back to a nice clean room. And I don't know, it was hot in Thailand though, but it was like also more just humid. It wasn't as hot as here. It was like 20 degrees less. I like celery with cheese whiz only. Anyway, Howie, I'm talking about my hamster now. Howie, sometimes when I don't let him out, he throws a...
I'm sorry, I don't want to pass that by. I like celery with cheese whiz only. She has some sort of obsession with cheese, yeah. Because I think most people can just eat celery. Just eat it. Maybe you want to dip it into a little bit of ranch dressing. Maybe you just want to lightly salt it. Maybe you want to put some peanut butter on it. But cheese whiz, come on.
See fit, okay? And he'll run up at his little ramp, and he'll tip over his food bowl. All right? So he did that this morning. I caught him doing it, so I got to stop him. But he's so bad. He whenever he wants it, like sometimes he can't go out because like if I let him out, it has to be certain times when I'm gonna be around, and because he gets into everything, he hides under things, and it's a big ordeal to get him out. So I didn't feel like dealing with that today.
Gosh, wow, it's like people didn't want you to get pets or anything. I can't imagine why people don't want you to get like pets and stuff, but wild concept, I know.
So, and he poops everywhere. Poops.
Chantel, most people who own hamsters get one of those little runner balls when they want to take them out of the cage and have them, run around the living room in a ball, right? That, like, you don't have like a normal hamster cage, right? Like, that has all the extra rooms and places for him to nest, and she doesn't know how to take care of animals. She should not be owning animals at any time.
Everywhere. He likes to stash his poop. I don't know, he's weird. So he flips over his food dish. I gotta get him on camera one of these days. It's the cutest thing, but he's a beezer. I don't know why he doesn't like his cage. There's a lot of air going through. He's a poop machine.
Wow, it's like people have been telling you for months now that cage is not suitable for a hamster, but yet, of course, Chantal knows best. Oh my gosh, guys, no. Don't worry. It's fine. I said so. It's fine. It's okay. It's fine. Girlie, go get like a better cage for him. Jesus.
Can you get Burger King chicken sandwich for dinner? No, Gore World. I have leftover pot pie. It is 1:56.
And notice how there's no mention of the boycott anywhere in that sentence also.
Oh yeah, Pew Pew Tasha does good videos on certain someone. Check her out. Can you still eat chocolate on your health journey? Yeah, sure. But just a little bit. That's the thing. That's the key, I think. I know I have, like, diabetes. Like, my blood sugars have been consistently between 10 and 11, like, no matter what I eat, even if I eat healthy. So I'm not sure. I might need more medication. Like, I have to make a follow-up appointment, and I'll let him know that. I'm keeping a food diary anyways. He probably won't approve of me eating chips, but I don't think I told him that I have an eating disorder, actually. And that...
Anyway.
Completely cutting out everything is, like, so hard for me, I wonder if the exercise, because normally if I would probably drink some cola, eat something like this, but I'm taking my medication consistently, that does help. My blood sugars were norming like 23, like no less than 16, 15. So they're going down a bit, like the 10 to 11 is an improvement, it's still too high. I'd like to get it down to like, even nothing perfect for now, just 7 or 8 would be nice. But I wonder if the exercise is helping keep it down a bit too.
Oh, girlie, like, we don't know why you're not saying your husband's name. Come on.
And it's so high, I know, but when it's usually...
Uh-oh.
Okay, so, I black screened again like the last video.
Okay, I can go outside by myself for sure. It's just boring by myself, Turkish, I don't know.
You also don't think you can drive, though, also? I don't know how that works. I don't know. She went driving one time, and we went to Starbucks, so we really haven't gotten to see Chantal solo going through Kuwait and doing things.
Do you think it's mean? Like... Do you think spaying is mean? Like, do you think that cats should get to have children? I don't know.
No.
No, it's the humane thing to do for cats and dogs because they have become overpopulated. And you know that, Chantel, because you have a lot of strays in Kuwait that you keep showing us.
Oh, it's not. Yes, you should, and I'm just going to skip forward a bunch.
Salah's still where he always is. I mean, he's with me, but just not on camera. That's why. You guys are probably wondering. No, I hate the music and all the posing, but we'll watch and hate anyway. Well, thanks. You don't understand Turkish coffee. If you don't put music, it's even worse. Just watching me huff and puff and, like, I don't know. I wanted to share that I've been married for...
I know, here's a wild idea. Don't include those shots to begin with. I know, wild.
Skinny Queen lost her monetization? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I'm gonna go too. And squeeze my cat.
Okay, well, that's not concerning at all. And with that being said, I'm going to jump around seeing if there's anything worthwhile. If not, I'll be right with you again. Okay, there was like 10 seconds worth of live stream. Never mind. But with that being said, though, thank you guys so much for watching. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
All right, cool. Thank you for covering this. It was one of the first things that I woke up to. And just amazing. This like 4 days in a row that she's been cheating on her diet. So obviously she's not dieting anymore.